Why isn't mine activated when someone else's system starts with a big gift package? Other people's systems are grandpa's, but mine is a Bing Dwen Dwen. Other people's systems are all cheating against the sky, but my system actually makes me a skater. February 4, 2022. At the opening ceremony of Beijing Winter Olympics, Yuang looked at the ice and snow athletes from all over the world and said to Bing Dwen Dwen, Dundun, what are your plans after the Beijing Winter Olympics? I want to accompany you to become a Winter Olympics legend. February 22, 2030. Yuang, who had just led his team to win the gold medal in the 5,000-meter relay, muttered to himself, Dundun, I am already a Winter Olympics legend. Also known as short track speed skating. My grandfather is a Bing Dwen Dwen book. Friend group 526412517. Keywords of the novel. Short track speed skating. Winter Olympics legends without pop-ups, complete collection download of short track speed skating. Winter Olympics legends TXT, latest chapter reading of short track speed skating. Winter Olympics legends. Chapter 1. Collisions. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 2. Semifinals. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. Semifinals. Okay, the contestants who will be participating in the men's 500-meter semi-finals will soon appear. This group is really strong, comparable to the finals. In the first round of the martial arts competition, the second to fifth rounds will be Lu Shaolin, Jairar, Bryuzma, and Az Galievich, respectively. There are no underdogs in the semi-finals, and in fact, the quarterfinals were also very strong, which also represents the popularity and popularization of short-track speed skating worldwide in recent years. The camera was focused on Wu Daiying, 23 years old, with helmet number 6. He was the first in the men's 500-meter preliminary group at the Olympics, with a time of 40.264 seconds. He advanced to the quarterfinals and just broke the world record with a time of 39.800 seconds. The competition is starting. Let's race to first place. Hey! Jailer and Lu Shaolin collided on the first bend, and both Jailer and Lu Shaolin's speed slowed down. Wu Daiying accelerates and expands the leading advantage. Because there was no fall, there shouldn't be. Before Lu Qiuhong could finish speaking, the referee blew his whistle with a beep in the field. Upon hearing the whistle, Wu Daiying stood up and spread out his hands, using body language to signal to the referee, "What's wrong?" The referee pointed to the location where the collision had just occurred and saw a blade and 2 ice skate accessories located on the ice surface. Oh, this is very dangerous. It should have been because Jailer and Lu Shaolin collided just now and kicked the ice skate, causing damage to the ice skate before it fell into pieces. Slow motion footage shows that in the first corner of the race, while grabbing a spot, Lu Shaolin kicked the Jailer ice skate. Just now, De Jing ran 2.5 laps, pulling the second-place general almost half a lap. Hurry up and adjust it to let your body recover slightly, Lu Xingyu said with concern. Yes, Wu Daiying has been sprinting with all his strength since the start, which has indeed consumed a lot of energy. Take advantage of Jailer's time repairing his ice skates and quickly adjust it, hoping it won't affect him. On the ice rink, Wu Dejing kept taking deep breaths, adjusting his breathing rhythm, sliding slowly, and doing leg relaxation movements to prevent his leg muscles from becoming too tight. The Chinese audience on site cheered and cheered loudly for Wu Daiying. The contestant returned to the starting line again, hoping not to affect the state of the competition. Bang! The competition starts again. The starting position of the race is still in first place, possibly due to the influence of the rematch. The race did not press the corners well, and there were gaps on the inside. Jailer accelerated on the inner track to complete the overtaking. Jailer is coming up. Internal passage. Internal passage. Wu Daiying needs to pay attention to his internal passage. Guard the bend. At this moment, we are about to enter the second bend, and Wu Daiying slides inside the bend, taking the first step to get stuck in front of Jiler and enter the bend. Take a turn and add a knife, then accelerate in a straight line and pull Gerald apart from both positions, entering the next bend. At this point, Wu Daiying not only needs to speed up, but also needs to control the route well to prevent Jiler from overtaking. The sliding rhythm on the field was brought up by Wu Daiying, and in Wu Daiying's rhythm, no one can surpass Wu Daiying. The contestants were all in the rhythm of Wu Dejing, and no one completed the transposition, so Wu Dejing led the skating for 2 more laps. In the final lap, Liu Shaolin launched an attack on Jiler's second position, and Jiler blocked the route. Liu Shaolin stumbled and the impact failed. In the final bend, Gerald wants to overtake Wu Daiying, who guards the inside and doesn't give Gerald any room to overtake. Jiler wants to overtake, but Dejing holds his position and puts him behind when turning. Jiler should have given up. Wu Dejing sprints. Dejing once again advances to the top of the group. Dejing was panting heavily, with his hands propped up on his knees. The impact of the replay on Dejing's physical fitness could be seen. Jiler advanced for the second time on the line, and he made a bid for Dejing to show friendliness and respect. After all, Dejing slid 2.5 laps more than him. For Dejing, this battle was both a psychological and physical test. Despite being called back for a replay and experiencing severe physical exhaustion, Dejing gritted his teeth and persevered. In the semi-finals, he still won first place in his group, demonstrating Wu Dejing's dominance and maturity. Jiler attempted to surpass Wu Dejing twice but was stopped. The coaching staff of the Chinese team and other teammates on the sidelines are cheering for Wu Daiying. Amazing! Dejing Gu is domineering. Li Yuang focused his attention and looked towards Wu Daiying, who was collecting ice skates on the field. After 3 seconds, a dialogue box appeared next to Wu Daiying, saying, Wu Daiying, age 23, project. Short track speed skating, status. Unyielding. Speed 20. For other information, please unlock the full version to view. What's going on? Dejing Ge's speed used to be 18, when did it change to 20? I've never seen a value of 20 before. Anti-Wang Meng was only showing outbreak 19-inch at the time, and what's wrong with this state of indomitable? The full version. It's the full version again. You've been here for 10 years, when can you unlock it? When Li Yuang was 6 years old, he suddenly developed encephalitis. Fortunately, the treatment was timely and there were no sequelae after recovery. That's not right, this inexplicable dialogue box is a sequela. Since his recovery from encephalitis, Li Yuang only needs to concentrate on staring at a person for more than 3 seconds, and a dialogue box will pop up, displaying name, age, status, and different ability values each time. Sometimes it's explosive, sometimes it's physical strength, sometimes it's speed, and there is no pattern to follow. What about the inexplicable last sentence? Please unlock the full version for other information. Is this an incomplete version? Taste the fresh version. Trial version. Do you still need to recharge? But you don't even have a recharge entrance. Thank you for the recommended votes cast by the Book Friends, Forge Sword HTML5, and Book Friends 202004031800280076. The new writer has just been approved today and received a recommendation ticket. Thank you for your support. I have repeatedly competed in the 500-meter short track speed skating competition at the Beijing Winter Olympics in the past 2 days, and Wu Daiying can really be considered a god. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. Semifinals Part 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3 Semifinals Part 2 6-year-old Li Yuang still has a brain after recovering from encephalitis. Since it is a sequelae of encephalitis, unlocking must be related to the brain. Li Yuang tried countless ways to do this. Slapping his head with both hands, hitting his head against a tree, and even letting a dog bite his own head. Fortunately, the dog was raised from a young age and only licked Li Yuang's face with its mouth open, otherwise the consequences would be unimaginable. This scared Wang Rui. He took Li Yuang to various hospitals in HLJ and underwent various examinations. In the end, an old Chinese medicine practitioner suggested that Li Yuang exercise more and exercise more. So, as a youth short-track speed skating coach, Wang Rui decided to take Li Yuang for short-track speed skating training. Perhaps it was a heavy training task, perhaps it was a love for the ice rink, or perhaps children's interests came and went quickly. Li Yuang forgot the idea of going to the zoo to find crocodiles to continue killing them. Li Yuang's unlocking behavior is not without gains. He found that the dialogue box can only be displayed once a day, and not everyone has a dialogue box. Only people who participate in ice and snow sports will be displayed. For example, his mother's dialogue box displays route 16-inch. And as a high school teacher, his father doesn't have a dialogue box. Among countless dialogue boxes, the one that left the deepest impression on Li Yuang was a little boy who was 2 years younger than him. It was at a ski resort in Beijing that Li Yuang met Su Yiming. Driven by curiosity, Li Yuang looked at his dialogue box. Su Yiming, age 8, project. Snowboarding, skills. 12, for other information, please unlock the complete version to view. At that time, Li Yuang didn't think much of it, but later joined the provincial short-track speed skating team and found out that many provincial team members also showed skills 12. Wu Daiying and Gerard qualified for Group A in the final, while Lu Shaolin and Bryuzma qualified for Group B. We can also see that physical advantage is indeed important during the replay. Except for Wu Daiying, the other two players' results are ranked behind Gerard and Lu Shaolin. The camera showed Han Tianyu, aged 21 and with a helmet size of 16, in the second group of the semi-finals. He was the first in the men's 500-meter preliminary group at the Olympics, with a time of 40.294 seconds. He advanced to the quarterfinals and broke the Olympic record with a time of 40.032 seconds. Han Tianyu's form is still worth looking forward to. There shouldn't be any problems with this group of Tianyu starting, they should have an advantage in the lane, just grab the start, and the key is to pay attention to the South Korean team's overtaking in the later stages. Yes, after all, this group of South Korean teams has two players, Lin Xiaojun from 2nd Division and Huang Daheng from 4th Division, and Ryosuke Sakaki from Japan from 3rd Division. The competition is starting. Han Tianyu relied on his second-place advantage to grab the first place, with South Korean players Lin Xiaojun and Huang Daheng ranking 2nd and 3rd respectively. Han Tianyu is accelerating to expand his leading advantage. Lin Xiaojun closely followed behind Han Tianyu. The speed of the second lap has been brushed to 49.6 km per hour by Han Tianyu, but it still hasn't widened the distance from Lin Xiaojun. There are still the last 2 laps left, and Han Tianyu is still in first place. This lap only took 8.2 seconds, but Lin Xiaojun is following closely. Pinch the corners, don't give Lin Xiaojun space. Han Tianyu. Be sure to pay attention to your position and guard your route. Take turns quickly. Han Tianyu was the first to slide over the starting line, and Lin Xiaojun suddenly increased his speed, instantly accelerating from the inside of Han Tianyu into a bend and successfully overtaking him. Han Tianyu, hold down. Take a turn with a knife, grab the inner gap of Lin Xiaojun's turn, accelerate and overtake to complete the transition, and return to the first position again. There were still the last 2 bends left, and Lin Xiaojun accelerated directly from the outside to enter the bend, successfully getting stuck in front of Han Tianyu and completing the substitution. Immediately press down on the speed and block Han Tianyu's route. The sudden change disrupted Han Tianyu's gliding rhythm. As he took the turn, Huang Daheng accelerated, overtaking Han Tianyu and Lin Xiaojun on the inside to complete the transfer and successfully switched to the first position. On the last bend, Han Tianyu attempted to overtake, but the route was blocked by two South Korean players teaming up. The attempt was unsuccessful, and at this point, Japanese player Ryosuke Sakaki, who had never had a presence in the game, began to exert his strength, seizing the opportunity for Han Tianyu to entangle with the Korean player. In the final bend, he overtook Han Tianyu and launched an attack towards Lin Xiaojuan's second position. Oh my! It's a pity that they were overtaken in the last two turns. Huang Daheng and Lin Xiaojun successfully advanced to Group A of the final, while Japanese player Ryosuke Sakaki fell too hard before the finish line, ranking third in the group and advancing to Group B of the final with Han Tianyu. It's a pity, it's really a pity. We still didn't block the Korean players on the route, Lu Chilhong said with regret. I think there is still a lack of experience. After Lin Xiaojun surpassed him, Han Tianyu was a bit anxious in judging his route. It's already very good. Lu Chilhong replied with a slight dissatisfaction. Lu Xingyu quickly said, yes, it's very good. It's already very good. When we take a bend, we almost overtake these two swords, just a breath away. If we could. If you can hold it down again, just hold it down with your upper body strength. When he takes the bend, his body jumps up a bit. Yes, if you can stop now, you can complete the reverse overtaking of Lin Xiaojun. Slow motion shows that Lin Xiaojun seems to have movements in his hands while overtaking. The referee did not give a penalty, so in the final, only Wu Daiying faced the challenge of two South Korean players alone. Teacher Chiu Hong, the guide told me that many people are asking why the short track speed skating final is divided into Group A-B and how to calculate the results. Could you please explain to everyone? It's like this, short track speed skating is divided into Group A-B starting from the semi-finals. Normally, the top two of the two groups enter Group A, and the third or fourth place enters Group B. Group B usually only counts time and does not count towards the score. Why do we still need to divide into A-B group? Everyone knows that short track speed skating is highly accidental. Normally, there are only 4 people competing in Group A, and it is very likely that there will be a foul collision that causes someone to not finish the race. Once 2 people do not finish the race, they cannot leave one person above the podium. At this time, the best performer in Group B will be selected to be added to Group A and climb onto the podium. Teacher Chiu Hong, short track speed skating was only selected as an official event for the Winter Olympics in 1998. Have there been any instances of winning cards in Group B in the past 20 years from 1998 to now? There is still this. In the 1998 Nagano Winter Olympics, one of the 4 players in Group A committed a foul and one person failed to complete the competition. The top Korean player in Group B came on as a substitute and won a bronze medal. There were 2 Chinese athletes participating in that competition, which was originally highly anticipated. Everyone was hoping for a zero breakthrough in the gold medal at the Chinese Winter Olympics. Unfortunately, Yang only won second place in the end, and it was Chinese young player Wang Chuanxia who gave up the bronze medal without completing the competition. A few days ago, when Wu Daiying entered the 500-meter final B, the commentator mentioned that there was a situation where Group B won a bronze medal. He specifically checked the relevant information, which can be considered as a science popularization. Interested friends can guess the unlocking method. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Fengshen in World War I, My Martial Power Yang 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. Fengshen in World War I, My Martial Power Yang 1. On the ice rink, Li Yuang looked at Lin Junxiao. Just now, Lin Junxiao's choice of route, changes in rhythm, and grasp of timing were as perfect as a textbook. At that moment, Lin Junxiao's performance seemed to overlap with a figure in Li Yuang's mind. Who exactly is it? Li Yuang frowned and pondered, while the voice of Wu Daiying came from beside him. It's really similar. I didn't expect South Korea to have one in Hyun Soo and another Lin Hyo Jun. This is a formidable opponent for the Beijing Winter Olympics. Yes, and Xianzhu. Legendary in Xianzhu in short track speed skating. The man who can choose the perfect route and achieve incredible transcendence even in a small space. That man from the Korean Short Track Speed Skating Association who slapped his face. The man who was banned from participating in this Winter Olympics for unfounded reasons. Compared to in Xianzhu, he is still far behind, Li Yuang said defiantly. Wu Daiying didn't answer anymore. He glanced at the head coach Li Yan, who had already changed into a winning suit before today's game, and stared at the women's 1,000-meter race on the field, lost in thought. On the 13th day. Today is already the 13th competition day of the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, and there will be 3 gold medals in short track speed skating today. Since the start of the Winter Olympics, the number of gold medals for the Chinese team is still 0. Short track speed skating, as the backbone of previous Chinese team gold medals, still has a gold medal count of 0. Only Li Jingyu won a precious silver medal in the women's short track speed skating 1500 m, avoiding the embarrassment of a 0 medal for the short track speed skating team. 8 fouls. The Chinese short track speed skating team has faced 8 controversial referees in this Winter Olympics. Ranked first among all participating countries. Almost every gold rush point, every capable player has had the experience of being sent off. On February 10, the first competition day of short track speed skating. In the men's 1,500-meter semi-finals, Wu Daiying was found guilty of a foul and his result was cancelled, failing to qualify for the finals. On February 13, the second competition day of short track speed skating. In the men's 1,000-meter preliminaries, Han Tianyu ranked first in his group and was found guilty of a foul, resulting in his score being cancelled and failing to qualify for the quarter-finals. Li Yuang ranked second in the group and was found guilty of a foul, resulting in a cancellation of his score and failing to qualify for the quarter-finals. In the women's 500-meter semi-finals, Fan Kersen was fouled and her result was cancelled, failing to qualify for the finals. Chu Chunyu was found guilty of a foul and his score was cancelled, failing to qualify for the finals. On February 17, the third competition day of short track speed skating. In the men's 1,000-meter quarterfinals, Wu Daiying was once again fouled and his result was cancelled, failing to qualify for the semi-finals. In the women's 1,500-meter semi-finals, Zhou Yang was fouled and fell down, and was judged to be in Group B of the finals. On February 20, the fourth competition day of short track speed skating. In the women's 1,000-meter preliminaries, Han Yutong ranked first in her group and was found guilty of a foul, resulting in her score being cancelled and failing to qualify for the quarter-finals. In the women's 3,000-meter relay, the Chinese team crossed the line for the second time and was found guilty of a foul, resulting in the cancellation of the medal. Is that all for now? No. Just now, in the women's 1,000-meter semi-finals, South Korea's Choi Min-kyung pulled and slowed down Chu Chunyu, resulting in the two being placed in third or fourth place in the group. The referee once again fouled the Chinese team, and Chu Chunyu missed the final, while Choi Min-jing was judged to be in Group B of the final. Short track speed skating has a total of 8 events, and gold medalists in 6 events have already been penalized. It's unbelievable, I didn't expect it to be like this in South Korea, Wu Daiying responded in an interview after being convicted of a foul, expressing the helplessness and despair of the Chinese short track team. No matter what the process is, competitive sports will ultimately judge heroes based on their achievements. Who can remember Italy, Portugal, and Spain who were blacked out in the 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan? Perhaps some fans remember, but what about fake fans? Where are the passers-by? Even if I remember, what can I change? South Korea remains in the top 4 of the World Cup. Although shameless, powerless. This is reality. Without a gold medal, what will be the budget for the next cycle of the short track speed skating team? What about the honor of an athlete without a gold medal? Is the Chinese short track speed skating team still trustworthy without a gold medal? The pressure of head coach Li Yan can be imagined, with inquiries from leaders and expectations from team members. Countless appeals, countless rejections, countless disappointments. Is it due to insufficient strength? Is it due to insufficient preparation? Are we not adapted to international penalties? Are we not familiar enough with the rules? No. No. None of them. There is always an invisible hand around the field. Just like a marionette, there is always one hand above controlling it. Can you make the short track speed skating venue cleaner? Li Yan lowered her head and glanced at her award-winning uniform, then ended another event. There were not many events left for the Chinese short track speed skating team. I didn't pay much attention to short track speed skating before, but I only know that in 2018, Pyeongchang was heavily criticized. After checking the information, I became depressed. The section where Li Yuang was convicted of a foul was changed to Renziwei, which is basically a fact. Zhou Yang's version is not very accurate. I found two versions and made some changes. Use recommended tickets and bookmarks to suit the depressed mood of Rain. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Fengshen in World War I, My Martial Power Yang 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Fengshen in World War I, My Martial Power Yang 2. Okay, audience friends, the men's 500 final in Group B of the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics is now going on. One is Hungarian athlete Liu Shaolin, the second is Chinese athlete Han Tianyu, and the third and fourth are Japanese athlete Sakaki Ryosuke and Dutch athlete Brusma, respectively. The competition is starting. At this moment, in the rest area of the Chinese team, Wu Daiying checked his equipment for the last time, and all members of the Chinese short track speed skating team stood up to cheer for Wu Daiying. In anticipation of everyone, Wu Daiying stood up and punched his teammates one by one before preparing to go ice. No one said a word, only the noise from the scene surrounded my ears. Just as Wu Daiying was about to turn around, Li Yuang shouted loudly, "Take down the South Korean team." Wu Daiying's mouth slightly curled up and raised his right fist, waving towards Li Yuang. He raised his thumb and pointed to China on the back. The lights of the Jiangling Ice Sports Field reflected on Wu Daiying's profile, and Li Yuang could no longer see the contours around him. The darkness shrouded everything in obscurity, replaced by the beams of light casting towards Wu Daiying. At that moment, just like in the movie, The Return of the Great Sage, Sun Wukong broke the seal and was covered in golden light, transforming into the great sage of heaven and rushing towards the monsters for the sake of the river. Audience friends, in the just concluded men's 500-meter final Group B competition, Hungarian athlete Liu Shaolin won first place with a time of 40.651 seconds, while Chinese athlete Han Tianyu ranked second. A burst of intense cheers erupted at the scene, overshadowing Liu Xingyu's voice. The audience at the scene was also very excited, just like during a holiday. We saw Korean players Lin Xiaojun and Huang Daheng warming up first. In such a lively atmosphere, I believe that the players from Group A will also bring me exciting matches in the future. This is the advantage of playing at home. In one's own country, the live audience is both motivation and pressure. Regardless, as long as Wu Daiying does well and skates at his own pace, no one is Wu Daiying's opponent. The camera is focused on Wu Daiying, who has advanced to the top of the group for 3 consecutive games, broke the Olympic record in the preliminary round, broke the world record in the quarter-finals, and won the group first place in this event for 3 consecutive races in the 2017 World Cup. He is currently the most dominant player in this event. After a simple warm-up, the 4 contestants stepped onto the starting line and the live commentary began introducing the A. Group contestants. A martial arts competition, 2 Korean young players Huang Daheng, 3 current Olympic 1500m champion South Korean athlete Lin Xiaojun, and 4 current Olympic 1000m champion Canadian athlete Gerald. The competition is very fierce. From the introduction just now, we can also see that this game has a high value. In Wu Daiying's expression, we can see that there may be tension and pressure, but the gaze is very firm. Dong dong. Dong dong. Dong dong. Standing on the starting line, Wu Daiying seemed to be able to hear his heartbeat. At the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics, the scene of the team leading the skate and regretfully losing the gold medal seemed to be right in front of us. That 10-year-old boy who saw Yang and Li Jiejun racing on the field in front of TV, clamoring to learn short track and loving it. That JMS boy who walked to the wild ice rink with his head drooping and his mother holding him, half closed his eyes, at around 4 a.m., -30°C, persevering. That 12-year-old boy who received his first customized pair of ice skates, as if he had found a treasure, was overjoyed. That wild ice rink without protective barriers, repeatedly falling into the snow, getting up without crying or making a fuss, bouncing the snow off his body to continue training, a strong young man. That 15-year-old boy who left his parents for the first time and insisted on going south alone, independent. The young man who worked as a trainer for the women's team and the national team, was beaten by female players, Zhou Yang over long distances, and Fan Kersen over short distances, but still worked hard to train and strive forward. Run, proud boy. Now you are no longer a teenager, carry the China behind you and dispel the fog. Burn, proud blood. Hurt, shed tears. Persist in pursuing your dreams. This is your stage, a new world and a new starting point are about to come to you. Fly, Wu Daiying. Bang. Wu Daiying was the first to charge out, passing through the first bend perfectly, accelerating in a straight line and pulling up the speed directly, leaving all the other contestants behind. No one can stop it, the light ahead is the dream. Chase it. Wu Daiying, forget yourself and fly. The first lap is 8 seconds 52. The second lap is 8 seconds 04. The third lap is 8 seconds 09. The fourth lap is 8.31 seconds. Wu Daiying raised his arms and was the first to cross the finish line. Roar twice, completely release the pressure. The competition started, and De Jing grabbed the first place. Behind them are South Korean players Huang Daheng and Lin Xiaojun. Wu Daiying accelerates, clamp in on the bend. The speed of the big competition is getting faster and faster, not giving Korean players a chance. There are still 2 laps left, and Huang Daheng has not given up yet. Last lap, big race. Huang Daheng has given up and is blocking his teammate Lin Xiaojun from surpassing. Control the bend. The last bend. De Jing. Sprint, first. Clean and sound. We won. We made it through. Wu Dejing defeated the opponent and also defeated the referee. At the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, the Chinese short track speed skating team won their first gold medal, and it was also the first gold medal for the Chinese team at this Winter Olympics. At the same time, this is also the first men's gold medal of the Chinese team at the Winter Olympics. It is also the first men's gold medal in short track speed skating. From 1998 to 2002, women's short track speed skating took 4 years, with Yang achieving a breakthrough in gold at the Salt Lake City Winter Olympics. From 1998 to 2018, the men's short track speed skating team walked for a full 20 years, finally achieving a breakthrough at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Wu Daiying completed tasks that predecessors such as Yuang and Li Jiejun had not completed. There is no problem, no need to wait for any judgment. Wu Daiying won this game in the most exhilarating and domineering way, with a new world record of 39.584 seconds. Wu Daiying, I am a god in one battle. My martial power is soaring, invincible. In the live broadcast room, Lu Xingyu and Lu Qiuhong have choked up. On the ice rink, after hugging head coach Li Yan, Wu Daiying wore the national flag and slid with both hands held high on the ice rink. Circle after circle. The solemn 5-star red flag flies for the first time on the Jiangling ice sports field. That bright red is so charming, and those 5 Venus are so brilliant. If dreams have colors, they must be Chinese red. The Chinese coaching staff on the sidelines hugged each other, and all members of the Chinese short track speed skating team had rushed to the ice rink exit to wait for their hero to return. Li Yuang excitedly shouted to Huang Daheng, who had just left, "Who else? Who else? P.S. For collection, for recommendation. I didn't even have a recommendation ticket yesterday. Wu Daing won the championship. Let's celebrate with a recommendation ticket." The description of this game is too difficult to write, mainly because Wu Daing was the first in the whole process, without any ripples. I tried several methods, but I feel that none of them can demonstrate Wu Daing's dominance in this game. Finally, it was decided to write a single circle directly, as it was mentioned earlier. A comparison can reflect how fast Wu Daing was. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Fengshen in World War I, My Martial Power Yang 3. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 6. Fengshen in World War I, My Martial Power Yang 3. WeChat, Weibo, numerous official WeChat accounts and influencers immediately post. Winter Olympics first gold medal. Martial arts competition. Winter Olympics tour. Pyeongchang, Wu Daing dominates the championship, riding the dust. Wu Daing won the men's 500-meter short track speed skating final at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics with great strength. Another sports commentator, Miao Lin, praised new heights. A handsome young man with a divine spirit, brave enough to venture into Pyeongchang and set sail again. The tiger howling dragon slaying sword sees blood, leaning against the sky to emerge from its sheath and roll the vast expanse. With one enemy in two divine swords, shining with the amber light of the Winter Olympics. Killing the tiger, slaying the tiger, and shaking the drums and gongs, the auspicious Lin, majestic Feng, and martial arts are renowned. At one point, Wu Daing mentioned 4 Weibo hot searches. 1. The first gold medal of the Winter Olympics at Wuda competition. 3. Wu Daing broke the record and won the championship. 6. Wu Daing, the first gold medal for men at the Chinese Winter Olympics. 10. The final poem of Wu Daing winning the championship. With the fermentation of Wu Daing's championship on the internet, more and more fans are turning on TV and mobile phones to watch live broadcasts. At the Jiangling Ice Sports Ground in Pyeongchang, South Korea, Huang Daheng stared at Li Yuang, making him very unhappy. Originally, in the final, he and Lin Xiaojun competed against Wu Daing, causing Lin Xiaojun to entangle with Wu Daing. It would be best if Lin Xiaojun could hold on to Wu Daing and seize the opportunity to surpass him, winning the gold medal, just like in the semi-finals. All of this has been broken by the damn Wu Dajing. How could it be so fast? Is he not tired? Poor Gerald, it's too shameless. The champion of the new 1000m race at the Winter Olympics was ignored by Huang Daheng. Why? Don't ask, asking is confidence. Li Yuang glared back and said, "Little sample, what are you looking at?" Axie. I wipe, why don't you play cards according to the routine? Oh yes, this grandson doesn't understand Chinese, he doesn't understand anything I say. No, then I don't understand Korean either. Is this grandson scolding me? After thinking about it, Li Yuang immediately took off his national team jacket and prepared to fight. Han Tianyu quickly stepped forward and grabbed Li Yuang's hand, saying, "Don't be impulsive. This is the Olympics, and there will be a 5,000-meter relay race later. Cannot fight, will be banned. Being scolded, losing out. No, we can't suffer losses. Are you lacking a muscle? I don't think you're lacking one, but many. You've been sneaking away like a dog by the Jinggu. What are you looking at? You're not satisfied. Let's continue with the next game, and I'll wait for you with the third stroke." Li Yuang gestured 3 times with his hand as he spoke. Although Huang Daheng couldn't understand Chinese, he heard the word Dejing, and saw Li Yuang gesturing a 3, speculating that he might be mocking his teammate just now. Suddenly angry and ready to continue cursing. At this moment, seeing Wu Daiying and Lin Xiaojun walking down the ice rink together, Huang Daheng immediately stopped speaking. Although he had practiced the thick-skinned divine skill passed down from his ancestors, he was still young and not at home, so he felt embarrassed to curse in front of Lin Xiaojun. If it were 2 more years, I, Huang Daheng, would not be the Huang Daheng I am now. Due to historical reasons and style issues, the Chinese short-track speed skating team and the South Korean short-track speed skating team are basically rivals. However, Lin Xiaojun is an exception. This South Korean boy, who has suffered from injuries, undergone 7 major surgeries, and experienced multiple, devastating traumas, has a genuine love for short-track speed skating and has won the respect of everyone on the Chinese short-track speed skating team, including the coaching staff and team leader. So when they saw Lin Xiaojun and Wu Daiying walking down the ice rink together, the Chinese team members were not surprised either. Stepped forward directly to welcome the returning hero. De Jing Gu, it's amazing. De Jing is so cool, it has set a new world record. De Jing did a beautiful job, clean and tidy. Relieve Qi. Wu Daiying draped his national flag and hugged his teammates one by one. As he hugged Li Yuang, he whispered in his ear, "Go. The future is yours." Li Yuang widened his eyes and looked incredulous. "Come on." Wu Daiying thought that Li Yuang was surprised by the sentence just now, and patted his shoulder to encourage him. This statement is already a consensus within the team. Li Yuang, born in 2002, was selected for the 2nd national training team in 2015. In just 1 year, he slipped to the 1st national training team. Due to his young age, he was unable to complete the training for the first team, so he went to work as a companion for the women's team. No one expected to stay in the women's team for a year, and then return to the men's team to rapidly improve their performance, ranking directly in the first team and entering the outer battle zone. In the 2017 World Cup, there were 4 sub-tournaments, with a distance of 500 m, 2 silver, and 2 bronze, directly following Wu Daiying, 1,000 meters, 1 silver and 3 copper. 2 events directly qualified for the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, shocking the entire coaching staff. Even a few older senior brothers are directly considering the issue of retirement and career transition. Li Yuang did not respond to Wu Daiying, still looking incredulous. Just now, a emotionless electronic sound suddenly came to his ear. Ding dong. The future belongs to you. Unlocking successful. The system is starting. PS, seeking recommendations, seeking collections, the system has been turned on, hoping that Li Yuang will not be bald. The final poem will be changed from Miao Lin praising Wu Lei, end of this chapter. Chapter 7. My grandfather was a Bing Dwen Dwen. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. My grandfather was a Bing Dwen Dwen ding. Successfully opened, scan the inheritor, host, profession. Short track speed skating, match. Scan the inheritor of the host, Wu Daiying, match. Scan the inheritor's basic information. Inheritor. Li Yuang, age. 16 years old. Height. 177.2 centimeters, weight. 70.6 kilograms, physical strength. 14, strength. 14, explosive strength. 15, technical strength. 14, root. 16, speed. 16, ice sensation. 20, comprehensive score. 14.8, rating. National level. Scan inheritors. Inheritor. Wu Daiying, age. 23 years old. Talent and skill. Unyielding, not activated, height. 182.1 centimeters, weight. 73.3 kilograms, physical strength. 16, strength. 15, burst. 17, skill. 16, root. 15, speed. 18, comprehensive score. 16.2, rating. International. Receiving inheritance. Ding. Inheritance is over. Inheritance talent skill. Unyielding. Received mainline task. Protect inheritors martial arts competition. Task requirement. At the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics, at least one gold medal will be won in both team and individual events in the Inherited People's Martial Arts competition. Task introduction. As a legendary figure in Chinese short track speed skating, how could there be only one team gold medal at the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics? Let's cheer for the youth, protect Wu Daiying, and help him skate. Task time. February 22, 2018. February 16, 2022. A series of sounds came to mind in Li Yuang's mind. Don't give Li Yuang any reaction time. Immediately after, a Q.version panda in Li Yuang's consciousness space, wearing an ice skate on its feet, slid from far to near, leaving two blurred rainbow ice lines in the air. A cute panda appeared in Li Yuang's consciousness space. Li Yuang carefully looked at it. Is this the Beijing Olympic mascot in Beijing who has gained weight and is wearing an ice crystal shell? The shape of the head shell is a bit like an ice and snow sports helmet, decorated with colorful halos. The large goggles cover half of the face from top to bottom, but cannot block the thick black circles under the eyes. Have you gained weight in Jingjing? Li Yuang thought to himself. You just got fat. I'm not Jingjing. My name is Bing Dwen Dwen. I'm at the top in 2022. 2022, 4 years from now. Beijing Winter Olympics. How did you appear in my mind? You know, the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. Of course, our training plan for the next cycle. Sprinting to the Beijing Winter Olympics. Is about to begin. Local Winter Olympics are of utmost importance. Hey, in 2022, Wu Dejing only won one gold medal in team mixed relay. How could it be? 500 meters. How could Daiying be so strong at 500 meters? How could he lose at his own door? Li Yuang asked directly before Bing Dwen Dwen finished. He could not imagine that Wu Daiying would lose at his own door 4 years later. Before the Winter Olympics, Dejing was injured, and in addition, in the semi-finals of the 500m, Huang Daheng fouled and lifted the ice skate, causing Dejing to slow down and ultimately miss the final Group A. It's the Korean team again, and it's also Huang Daheng. He's really haunted. So, are you really from 2022? Of course, I also know that the Beijing Winter Olympics 1000m champion is Ren Zi. No, where's Ziwei? Why is it gone? Scan the host's living environment. What's Ziwei? Is there a summer rain lotus? No matter how this panda looks, it looks like it's mentally abnormal. No, the world is wrong. Ren Ziwei, Li Wenlong, and even Sun Long are gone. But I'm still here. Wu Daiying won the Pyeongchang 500m championship. Bing Dwen Dwen was lost. Hey, silly cat, oh no, Dundun, all I need to do is complete the main task. What rewards are there? Is there a punishment if I don't complete it? Yes, the mainline task has been released. No matter why you come here, just complete the mainline task and change the fate of Wu Daiying. Bing Dwen Dwen said to himself. Hey, listen, there must be a reward for completing the main quest, but the reward is unknown. If you can't complete it, it shouldn't matter either. It won't affect your life. Did you see your ice feeling at 20? It will drop directly to 0. If the ice sensation is 0, can we still skate? Of course it can, but it's impossible to participate in the competition. What's going on with this value of 20? And what's going on with innate skills, states, and resilience? The abilities of short-track speed skaters are divided into 6 categories, with a maximum value of 20 in their natural state. The state is to check the athlete's current competitive state, which is generally divided into normal, fatigue, injury, and excitement. In normal state, the value is a reflection of objective abilities, while in other states, the value will fluctuate up and down with different states. Skills are generally divided into ordinary skills and innate skills. Ordinary skills are actions or techniques unique to certain athletes. They can be used at any time and have miraculous effects when used on the spot. However, innate skills are not usually activated, and once activated, they will directly replace their current state. For example, the talent skill unyielding in Wu Daing can be activated if there are Korean players on the field, with a chance to activate, or if they receive unfair judgments during the game, must activate. Maintenance time. Until the end of the game. Skill enhancement. For each unfair judgment received, the remaining game attributes +1, for each Korean player on the game, all attributes +1, which can be stacked. Simply put, it adds a buff. De Jinggu, the current speed is 18. In this Winter Olympics, I received 2 unfair referees. There were 2 Korean players present in the 500-meter final just now. According to your calculation, Wu Dejing's speed should have been 22 just now. Why was it displayed as 20 when I checked before? Firstly, the previous system was not a complete version, and the maximum displayed value was 20. Secondly, the last time you checked the value of Wu Daing, it was a semi-finals, and there were no Korean players in the Wu Daing group, only the bonus from the previous 2 unfair judgments, so the speed was 20. In the next game, for South Korean players will be present. De Jinggu will directly have all attributes +6, speed 24, and stamina 20. That's right. Unconsciously, the tone of Bing Dwen Dwen has changed from cold electronic sound to a kind of cute bubble sound. Against the heavens, this skill is 2 against the heavens. In the future relay matches, as long as there is a South Korean team, De Jinga will be invincible. Lastly, who won the 2018 World Cup? France, the runner-up is Croatia. Grandpa is here. Li Yuang's personality is a bit unstable ahead. We urgently need Grandpa to save him regarding the issue of the female lead. There will be an explanation later, but we haven't decided yet. Let's bury a few hidden clues for now. Newcomer's new work, on the 5th day of book opening, collect 100, sprinkle flowers. Thank you to every book collector, every recommended book reader, and every commenting book reader. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. 5,000 Meter Relay Finals 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8 5,000 Meter Relay Finals 1 within the rest area. The women's 1,000 meter final is currently being held on the field, and there are no Chinese players participating, so the coaching staff are all back to prepare for the 5,000 meter relay tactic. Later, according to our usual training, De Jing has 1 baton, Tianyu has 2 sprint batons, Yuang has 3 batons, and De Rong has 4 batons. Li Yuang suddenly thought of the system showing that Wu Daing's state today was indomitable, and suggested, "Coach, why not let De Jing slide and charge the bayonet? I feel he's very excited today." Li Yan said, "The stamina of a race has always been a problem. The 5,000 meter relay is not a 500 meter sprint, and stamina cannot be temporarily improved by excitement. De Jinggu is in particularly good condition today, and his stamina seems to be inexhaustible." After speaking, Li Yuang was afraid of causing misunderstandings and even nodded and smiled at Han Tianyu. Li Yan frowned and said, "I have practiced the baton handover sequence many times before. Changing on the spot is a big taboo, and the most important thing in the relay is understanding. Alright, let's follow the previous training." In fact, Li Yuang understood all these principles. He just felt that it was a pity not to run the second bat in the current buff state of Wu Daing today, so he mentioned it. "Hey, Carp, you don't trust Brother Yu. Do you still want to eat the food I made? Brother Yu, I just saw that De Jing's form is too good today. I didn't think of anything else. I'll have to rely on you later." Wu Daiying also felt that his sprint form today was particularly good, and his physical strength was much better than usual. I originally intended to continue proposing to exchange orders with Han Tianyu, but after listening to Li Yan's words, I gave up. After all, the relay still relies on tacit understanding. He and Li Yuang have not practiced handover before and are not familiar with each other's habits. If the handover goes wrong, the fun will be great. This is the Winter Olympics. Alright, everyone, pay attention. The first round is a big race. Be careful when starting and don't compete with them. If there's a chance, grab one spot. If there's no chance, follow. Your last round must be fought for as much advantage as possible. On the second stick, Jianyu should pay attention to the allocation of stamina. In the first few sticks, just keep up, don't try to surpass easily, and don't make unnecessary consumption. Finally, it's time to fight the bayonet. The third one, Li Yuang, your task in the semi-finals is to defend your position. The final requires you to do your best to surpass, and it doesn't matter if you can't complete it. Consume them and find opportunities to play a tactic. The fourth one, Dundun, defend your position and complete the overtaking. If you fall behind, be sure to find the most comfortable handover route and give space for the big race to sprint. The South Korean team has an advantage in handover. If they try to block the route ahead of them, Hungary and Canada may not have a good turn overall, and there may be a chance to overtake them when entering the turn. Remember, the most important thing in the 5,000-meter relay is not your ability, but your understanding and unity. As long as you work together, you can definitely win the race. Also, don't foul. There must be no movement on your hands when turning. Pay attention to the South Korean team's small moves, both on and off the field. Young men, there's no need to be nervous or under pressure. The 5,000-meter relay has been practiced countless times in daily life, so let's practice as usual. Alright, get ready to go on the field. Li Yan finally reminded everyone. Dundun, did the Chinese team win the cards in this game? Li Yuang did not enter the consciousness space, and tried to contact Bing Dwen Dwen through meditation. Secondly, but that game didn't have you, there was Ziwei. Well, it seems that a gold medal is necessary, and only by winning a silver medal can we draw with the disappearing Ziwei. In the consciousness space, Bing Dwen Dwen wiped his forehead with his short, fat hand and said to himself, where do you come from? You don't even have a medal in the Winter Olympics now. Ziwei is the champion of Beijing Winter Olympics in 1,000 meters and the leader of the next generation of short-track speed skating. Just finished editing. Yesterday, there were 12 recommended tickets. Thank you for your recognition and support. There is still one chapter left at 3 p.m. this afternoon. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. 5,000-meter relay finals 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9 5,000-meter relay finals 2. At the entrance of the ice rink, all 4 teams of players participating in the finals are ready to play, with teammates standing next to them. Dundun, have your innate skills been activated? I was so confident just now, but it's not up to me in the end. Bing Dwen Dwen could not help roast, no, talent skills can only be activated when playing. Don't worry, Wu Daiying will be activated in this game, and his skill time is not over. Of course I know that the buff of Wu Daiying is not over yet, the key is me. I can't really be compared to that Ziwei, can I? Bing Dwen Dwen rolled his eyes and said, cut, Crepe Myrtle doesn't have buff blessing, it's someone's own strength. Humph, is he as young as me? Does he have a good sense of ice like me? You can't just pick one on the street when choosing a host. I must be particularly outstanding to be selected, right? Well, you are indeed much stronger than him in a certain aspect. What aspect? Thick-skinned. However, there is one thing that Li Yuang is right about. He was able to become a host because of his ice sensitivity of 20. The 6 abilities of short-track speed skating can be improved through training and experience accumulation, but the feeling of ice is innate. Some people may be lucky enough to break through the bottleneck during long-term training, resulting in a slight improvement in ice sensation, but it is only a small amount and cannot reach 20 in any case. In other words, a 20 ice sensation value is the upper limit for short-track speed skaters, which is talent. Since the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics, we have been discussing the day when the first gold medal will appear and which event it will appear in. We guessed the right event, but didn't guess the right time. No one expected to win this precious gold medal on the last day of the short-track speed skating competition, only 3 days before the closing of the Olympics. Yes. Short-track speed skating still gave us this surprise in the end. Alright, audience friends. We can see that the Chinese short-track speed skating team has already warmed up on the field, and now the camera has shown the Chinese athletes on the field. Wu Daiying, Han Tianyu, Li Yuang, Chen Dequan. At this moment, in the resting area of the Chinese team, Su Hongji quietly watched the 4 teammates on the field. Please, everything depends on you. He clenched his fists and prayed in his heart. Su Hongji is a member of the men's 5,000-meter relay of the Chinese short-track speed skating team. Due to eligibility issues, he can only participate in the 5,000-meter relay race, and his medal dream can only be realized in the 5,000-meter relay. Before the list of players for the 5,000-meter relay was confirmed, Su Hongji expressed to the team that he wanted to play in the final. Later, the teaching assistant said to him, "Hongji, I can understand your feelings. Although the attention to the finals is high, the semi-finals are more important. If you cannot pass the semi-finals, how can you participate in the finals? The team's final decision to let you skate in the semi-finals is not only a trust in you, but also a test of you. I believe you will not disappoint us." Su Hongji unconditionally accepted the team's arrangement because he is a member of the Chinese short-track speed skating team. In the semi-finals, he sprinted with all his might to qualify for Group A in the finals for the Chinese team, although few people remembered his name or even knew him throughout the game. In the men's 5,000-meter relay, each team sends 4 members to participate, but there can be 5 members registered for this event, which results in 1 member only being a substitute and unable to appear on the field. According to the regulations of the International Skating Federation, only players who appear in the semi-finals and finals can board the podium. In general, in order to ensure the winning of medals, each national team has a fixed 4-person competition, with 1 person as a substitute. In the end, they can only receive medals with 4 people on stage. Since its establishment, the Chinese short-track speed skating team has had all members participate in relay races, ensuring that they can fully compete for medals and that everyone has the opportunity to climb the podium. So in the final, the 3rd or 4th bat will choose to have the substitute player play. As for the order issue, it is also a decision made after careful consideration by the team. In addition to strength, psychological quality and stress resistance are also important indicators. Today there are already 12 recommended tickets. Thank you for your support. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. 5,000-meter relay finals 3. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10 5,000-meter relay finals 3. In today's game, the Chinese team sent out Wu Daiying, Han Tianyu, Li Yuang, and Chen Dequan. The South Korean team sent Su Yila, Kim Daoqian, Huang Daheng, and Lin Xiaojun. The Hungarian team sent Liu Xiaoang, Liu Xiaolin, Nok, and Baryang, and Canada sent Gerald, Charles, Kernova, and Dion. Teacher Chiu Hong, while there is still some time, could you please explain to us the rules of the men's 5,000-meter relay race? In the men's 5,000-meter relay race, each team sends out 4 players to participate, and each team is required to take over the baton. There is no requirement for the number of times the baton is docked, but the last 2 laps must be completed by the same person. Therefore, the last leg, also known as the sprint baton, is usually used. Due to the long distance of 5,000 m, countries generally adopt a 1.5 laps 1 baton mode. Occasionally, due to tactical reasons, 2 laps 1 baton is used, and the longer the baton, the physical strength of the receiving team members and the waiting state of the receiving team members cannot be guaranteed. Due to the different positions of the handover baton on the field, the characteristics of each team member are also different. The first baton is fast to start and has strong explosive power. The second baton is a sprint baton, which requires strong overtaking ability and good route in the later stages. The 3 batons and 4 batons not only need to keep up, but also need to find opportunities to surpass. Okay, we see that Li Yuang seems a bit nervous and not very focused on the field. Still young, I believe Li Yuang will soon adjust. On the ice rink, Li Yuang was warming up while waiting for the system prompt sound. Dundun, is it still not activated? No, I will prompt you when activated. No matter what, I won just as well with my strength. With the referee's signal, the top players from various countries stood on the starting line. The first to fourth lanes were South Korean team Su Yila, Hungarian team Lu Xiaoang, Chinese team Wu Daiying, and Canadian team Gerald. The second batter is preparing to follow in the circle, while the third or fourth batter is following in the other half circle. Bang! The competition began, and Wu Daiying did not have an advantage in the first bend, ranking only third. Hungarian team Lu Xiaoang overtook Su Yila at the beginning to take the first place. According to the pre-match arrangement, Wu Daiying is not in a hurry, just following and sliding. After 1.5 laps, the 4 teams underwent a handover of 2 batons, with Han Tianyu taking over. The South Korean team took advantage of the opportunity to hand over the baton, and Kim Daoqian overtook the Hungarian team from the inside. The South Korean team led the slide, while the rest followed. After 1.5 laps, the third baton was handed over, and Li Yuang did not make any attempts after taking over. He just followed the slider to find his form and was still adapting. Basically, every baseball player adapts to the field the first time they take the baton. In the fourth round of handover, Chen Dequan took the baton and went out of the lane to find opportunities, trying to break the following skating rhythm on the field. In the first bend, Chen Dequan attempted to overtake on the outside lane but was caught by the Hungarian team's Krok. Chen Dequan's attempt was unsuccessful and he closely followed Krok. At the last bend, Krok entered the corner but did not press down, creating a gap on the inside. Chen Dequan quickly added 2 cuts and prepared to overtake from the inside line. Krok bent his side and blocked half of his position, but Chen Dequan tried to overtake him again but failed. Chen Dequan surpassed. Oh! He was blocked, almost. Although he didn't complete the surpass, this attempt is worth encouraging. Handover. This is Wu Daiying, beautiful. The Chinese team took advantage of the handover opportunity to surpass the Hungarian team. On the ice rink, Chen Dequan exerted all his strength to push Wu Daiying out. Wu Daiying used his strength to accelerate and instantly surpassed, closely following South Korea's Su Yila and entering a bend. At the same time as the first leg was handed over, in another half of the inner circle, Li Yuang stumbled and almost knelt on the ice. Yu Guangzhong was the corner of Huang Daheng's mouth. While the referees were watching the intense game on the field, he took the opportunity to hit Li Yuang with his knee. End of this chapter.